Hey guys, it's Lexi. I have a ton, and I mean like a ton of empties to go over today. I hope if you celebrated, I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. I hope your New Year's Eve was wonderful. I hope you're having a wonderful start to your 2024. And I am just going to jump in. I do have some things that I melted but haven't finished. I think I'm just gonna hold off and continue trying to finish all of my Christmas scents so I don't have to put any like half-used things back into my Christmas collection for next year. I have a small, like a very small bin left. I probably have like 25 things left from Christmas. I just want to use them and melt them. So I'm not going to share anything else yet, but I will have another empties that will be all of the rest of my Christmas stuff. But I can't wait. I have way too much stuff. I was just going to try to hold off and finish everything, but I have way too much to talk about. So I'm just going to do two separate videos. So this was a whole month's worth of melting anyway. Let me start with a couple samples I have here from various vendors. I think I'm going to start with some of my like random ones here. So I have NOS Farms scents. I did not put this in my melting basket. I hauled this after I filled my melting baskets, but it was a Christmas themed wax melt and it was only 2 pieces and I just wanted to try it out. So this is the first time I've ever melted anything from NOS. It was berries and jingle bells is the name. Raspberry, black raspberry, holly berry, orange zest, apple, nectarine, and jasmine. And like I said, 2 little cubes here. I put this in 1 cube each in my dining room warmer and let it go. And I got like a very pretty, almost like a perfumed berry scent is kind of the vibe that it gave me. It was like a medium performance. It wasn't overwhelming, like throwing me out of the house, but it wasn't like overwhelmingly light. It was just kind of right in the middle. I could smell it. It was apparent. I appreciated it for that. And it was a nice scent. The scent itself I thought was nice, but it wasn't a standout scent for me. So because the performance was nice, I'm looking forward to melting more from NOS Farms, but this scent wouldn't be a particular like repurchase for me. I thought on cold I would like it a lot more, but it was just okay on warm. It wasn't like bad. I had to take it out, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, I need more. So that was nice. I have another sample here that I did not originally include, but I just wanted to use it because it was a sample that was like kind of Christmas themed. This is from Rose Girls in the name Jingle Bell Square. It's pink sugar, crushed candy canes, and pine needles. And originally on cold, all I smelled was pretty much pink sugar with a hint of like a peppermint in the background. But honestly, when I warmed this did, oh my goodness. I put 1 cube in my bedroom like warmer. It was so strong, and then I was like, okay, I gave it a few hours to kind of tone down, and then I added like 3 more cubes split between 2 separate warmers, and that was crazy. I mean, that was crazy. I shouldn't have done that, but I was just like, I just wanted to use this up, honestly. I don't love storing, especially sample bags that are Christmas themed. I don't love storing those for next year, so I wanted to use it. But this has been going for 2 days now, and it's a boomer. It's a very, very strong scent. It's crushed candy canes, which isn't her like peppermint oil, but this was actually, the candy cane was very strong in this. And I really didn't think I would love this one on warm. I thought it was just going to be like a peppermint pink sugar, but I actually really did enjoy this. It was more of a sweeter pink sugar versus like a sharp pink sugar, because I think of the crushed candy cane had like that sweetness to it. I'm not entirely sure if I'm making any sense. This was a really nice blend. If I saw that blend come back next year for like the holiday season, I might pick it up. I have 2 here from K Scented Melts. The first one is Bake Shop. This was just like a little tiny gingerbread man. I put this in my hot plate warmer in my bedroom, or it's a bulb warmer, 25 watt bulb warmer in my bedroom one day. And it was okay. It kind of reminded me of, I think it might just be a single fragrance oil called Bake Shop. It kind of reminded me of some other fragrance oils or blends that are like Bake Shop, like cookies, donuts, pastries. It was like a nice general bakery scent. It wasn't a huge standout, but it was fine. It was a light to medium performer in there, but it was also just a very small shape. And then this one is Snow Angels from K's. It's blue sugar, mint candy, and butter cookies. This was just like a very, very extra sweet blue sugar. And I'm not huge on blue sugar. This was nice, but probably not a repurchase for me just because I'm not a huge blue sugar fan. If you are a blue sugar fan and you like blue sugar with bakery and like sweetness, like mint, you probably love that. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have a couple samples here from the Bathing Garden, and I think I'll also just really quickly talk about some of the clamshells that I finished up from the Bathing Garden. So this first one is Apple Spearmint Crunch Ice Cream. This was a little ice cream scoop. Also put it in that same warmer in my office. Loved it. I surprisingly was like, I didn't think I would enjoy spearmint blends that much, but it was like the addition of the ice cream, it was creamy enough that it didn't just smell like gum. It didn't give me that vibe. It was like creamier, so I really liked that. Gingerbread Caramel. This is gingerbread, caramel, and pear, I'm assuming. This was so incredibly strong, like so strong. It was only a small shape, but man, this was one of the strongest Bathing Garden scents I think I've ever had. It was delicious. I really liked it. It was a very juicy pear, but mixed with like a sweet caramel and like a gingerbread. I would definitely repurchase that. I really enjoyed that. I have Claus Manor. This one, I do not remember. I think it was like a berry, if I can remember. I think it was like a berry scent. Oh no, you know what? I do remember. This one I think had patchouli in it, or no, licorice. I think there was like a licorice note. One of these, it was either, no, I do remember. It was Claus Manor. I think there was like a licorice type note in this that I wasn't a huge fan of, but that one was like a medium performer. And then the other one that I'm thinking of that had patchouli is Krampus. This was like a big shape. I put this in my also same like bulb warmer in my bedroom office. And this one does have patchouli. It's like a Lord of Misrule from Lush dupe, which I believe is patchouli and something else. And this one was a good performer too. Very, if you like Lord of Misrule or Shadow Queen from Rose Girls, same idea. It's like that patchouli spice kind of scent. And then finally from the Bathing Garden samples, this is Rosemary Mint. It's exactly like what it sounds like. It was rosemary and mint, and it was very fresh and bright and nice for the bathroom. I enjoyed it in there, no complaints. One from the Bathing Garden that I absolutely loved. This is a standout. I will absolutely repurchase this. It's Candy Cane Noir. This was literally, I think, just patchouli and candy canes. And I absolutely adored this. This patchouli didn't come across dirty, but it also didn't come across like sweet. It just came across like kind of like masculine leaning patchouli, but then you pair it with that fresh peppermint, and it just like did this thing that I didn't think I would like, but I loved. It was just like sweet, fresh, masculine patchouli. I loved it. This was a standout. Candy Cane Noir, 100% will definitely repurchase that next year. 100%, loved that. This one is Mrs. Cratchit's Christmas Pudding. This one is nice. It definitely didn't smell like pudding, which pudding's kind of off-putting to me. This smelled like berries. Not berries, I guess. Kind of like, there was definitely like a, I don't know. There was like a sweet note in here that wasn't, it's not bakery heavy. It was sweet. It was like vanilla, but it wasn't chocolate. Almost reminded me of like maybe a custard with like maybe a berry in it. I'm not entirely sure. This was like a light to medium performance in my office. It was okay. Probably not a repurchase. This one is Spiced Eggnog Chai Tea. This was not a repurchase for me. This to me smelled almost like Earl Grey tea. It says chai tea, but to me this was more Earl Grey tea, black tea with some more spices. This was definitely a spice heavy scent, so this was not a favorite for me. But if you enjoy tea scents, like very strong predominantly tea, then you might actually really enjoy that. Another standout from the Bathing Garden. This was a great month for the Bathing Garden for me. I really love the Bathing Garden. I don't think enough people love it as much as I think more people need to love it, because I love it. This is Holiday Baubles. This was phenomenal. I don't remember the notes, but I want to say it's got like pine needles, and like, to me, This smells like sticky pine needle sap on a real Christmas tree. This smells like when I was a little girl and I was the one that had to water the Christmas tree and I had to scoot underneath it, and it smelled like sticky real sap on the tree with the pine needles, and they were real and they would poke you. It smells like this. This is the most realistic like Christmas tree scent I have ever smelled. I'm obsessed with this one. Holiday baubles and Christmas candy cane noir, 100%, and the caramel scent from the Bathing Garden this year, standouts, amazing. So in love with them. Now we're kind of getting away from the samples. Actually, I have 3 random samples that I'll talk about before I'm done with the samples. I have 2 from Teddy Bees. So I have strawberry Christmas trees and cream and Christmas tree. Here's the thing. Nobody take offense to this. This is just my nose. We all have different noses. I don't think I like Christmas trees and cream. I think it's almost too sickeningly sweet for me. Yeah, or it's the pine that's with the vanilla. Maybe the vanilla is probably fine on its own, but I don't think I like that pine that's used in Christmas trees and cream. I really don't like Christmas trees and cream. And I thought that I would, because on cold, this was more like strawberry cake with a little bit of tree in the background. But it just kind of turned my stomach. I don't know why. I do not know why, but Christmas trees and cream, I've tried it in other blends and it's never been for me. So I think I'm just like, if I see it in blends, I know to not get it. But unfortunately, this was a very strong, for being a little shape. I put this also in my office. A lot of these are office since they're like the little minis. That did very, very well. It was very, very strong in there, but there's just something that turns my stomach about the Christmas trees and cream. No. So this is Christmas Tree from Teddy Bees. I put this in my bathroom warmer. This is a dupe for Under the Christmas Tree from Bath and Body Works. So if you like that scent, you would like this. It is pretty much, to my nose, an exact dupe. This kind of reminds me of slightly like if you had a Christmas tree and somebody was wearing like a cologne. I know there's like eggnog and sage mixed with this, but to me it's like a sweet tree with a subtle hint of like a cologne base to it. That might just be to my nose, but this is a phenomenal scent and I love this. I have this in a larger shape and we'll probably hold off melting that for next year, but really, really enjoyed that. And then finally, I have a sample here from Harper James in Oh Snap. And this is, I don't have the notes, but this is just like a very spicy gingerbread scent. I will say on cold, there was more spice than it translated to when it was warm. The spice kind of toned down. This was enjoyable, but there are other eggnog scents that I found that I preferred this year, but this was like one of the first times I melted Harper James and I enjoyed it. It was a good performer in my office, so no complaints there. I have one random clamshell here from Scentsy. This is in Season of Magic from Disney. It's one of the licensed bars. Oddly enough, I had this in my club for a few rounds. It's like a berry and tree scent, and it's mostly heavier on the berry than the tree. And I really enjoyed this, hence it being in my club and having it for a few rounds. But it wasn't, I had this in a sample, which is why I put it in the club, and this is the first time I actually melted it in the clamshell. The sample performed better for me than the actual clamshell did, so I'm actually going to take this out of my club. There are other berry and tree scents from Scentsy or other vendors that I prefer over this, so I still enjoy it. I still think it's good, but it just wasn't, the performance wasn't up to par as what I wanted it to be. It was fine, but I'm going to take this out of my club, which is fine because that's a licensed bar, so it's like 50 cents extra, and I need to lower my club anyway. And then I have, I'm just trying to get some of the clamshells out of the way before I move on to the bags. I have an L3 Waxy Wonders Scoopable in Reindeer Nose, and this is cherry vanilla, gooey marshmallow, and sugar cookie. This was gifted to me from Beth. I will tag her below. She's amazing. Definitely check out Beth's channel. She knows that I love the scent, so she very generously gifted this, and I am so appreciative. This scent I love. I love the scent, and I see that she said that this is from January of 2021, and I'm telling you right now, I do not know how that's possible, because this was one of the strongest performing wax melts out of this entire month's melting basket. This was so dang powerful, so I am very impressed. I think scoopables just tend to hold wax like for the shelf life a little bit more, but this was amazing. This really reminds me of the cherry like real maraschino cherry Christmas cookies that I make with my mom. So another scent memory attached. This is phenomenal. Very, very happy that I had some more to melt this year. Thank you to Beth. So amazing scent. This will definitely be a repurchase for me next year. I really, really enjoy it. And I think now I'm gonna go on to my Zape. So I do have one more sample from Zape and some Clamshell. So I think we're gonna talk about Zape next. Let me really quickly mention this little tiny sample. This is in the scent Always Slayin'. And I do have this in a larger size. It's like cloves and berries, I think, clove and berry and some other things. That's not helpful at all. I'm hopefully going to melt the larger size and finish it up, so you'll see that in my next empties. I hope I can accomplish that, but a little teaser, the scent was beautiful and so strong in my bathroom, and I really, really enjoyed it. So that's Always Slaying. You'll see another little review on that, but I hope that that one comes back next year because I really did enjoy that one. It's just like a very sweet, fresh, clean, like wintry type of scent. Not like clean, but like fresh, sweet winter scent without being like tree or bakery. Or it was nice. It was a little different, so I like that for it. And then I have 2 clamshells here. I have Jingle Bell Rock. Let's talk about this one. Jingle Bell Rock is holiday berries, pine trees, and Christmas cookies. I think that this is a scent that I melted last year, and I got this as a backup clamshell. I think, I can't remember. I want to say yes, and I think I enjoyed this more last year than I did this year. It was fine. I enjoyed it, but I don't think I'll repurchase it next year. It was okay. It was just like a sweet like berry kind of cookie scent with like the tree in the background. So the tree was less predominant in this. It was okay, but probably not a repurchase next year. And then this one is Christmas Magic. This is winter apple, juicy cranberry, and white birch. This one was very birch heavy with like the apple necks. It was definitely like a crisp apple. And I don't think it was like winter candy apple, which is a scent that I don't love. This was just like a very strong birch scent with like a dried, almost like a dried apple peel or like a dried berry, cranberry note. It was more crisp of a scent rather than like juicy fruits with a tree, which I think paired well with the birch, which is a sharper scent anyway. So this was very interesting. I like this one. This would possibly be a repurchase. I do have the scent in body care. And then a scent that also has cranberry in it, but in a very different way. This is Bah Humbug. This is sweet winter cranberry and hints of Fraser fir. So the fir versus the birch. Fir is a very sweet tree scent, and birches to me is a very sharp tree scent. And then this says sweet winter cranberry, and then this says juicy cranberry. It's funny to me because this one, like I mentioned, this comes across more like a dried cranberry to me, and then this one came across much more like a juicy cranberry to me. So I feel like the note should have flipped for the cranberries, but this was really, really pretty. I think I preferred this. I like my cranberries to be on the juicier side versus the dried side. But this was really, really pretty. And I love the fir scent from Zape. So if I see Bah Humbug come back next year, I'll definitely grab some more of it. I really enjoyed it. This one is exciting to talk about. This is Ginger Nog from Zape. It's creamy eggnog, gingerbread cookies, and vanilla frosting. This is a scent that I had previous years, and the previous time I melted it, I had very bad performance. So knowing that, I only melted this in my my bedroom warmers, and I kind of closed the door and gave it as much as I could, possibly like as much hope. And it did phenomenal, and I loved it in there. So this, moving forward, if I see this again, I'll know that it's only a bedroom type scent. But in the bedroom, this was so delicious. It was like so rich, sweet, creamy, subtly like gingerbread, not overwhelmingly spicy, but just the right amount of spice with that creamy eggnog. This was really yummy, and I definitely will get this again if I see it next year. And I'll get it for my bedroom for there only because it was delicious. I loved it. This one is a house filler. This is Christmas Eve. This is a repurchase for me every year that I've seen it from Zape. It's Crackling Fire, Fir and Balsam, and Toasted Marshmallows. This also has that same fir tree oil that Bah Humbug has, and it's one of the best fir tree scents ever. It's like Zape has one of my favorite tree scents ever. Like that oil is amazing. I love it. So this was that, plus like a fireplace kind of scent, but not overwhelmingly smoky, like just the right amount of like, just the right amount of realisticness. So it definitely smelled like you were actually sitting next to a fire without like smoking you out type of a scent. That's an amazing scent. Also an amazing performer. This is Christmas in a Cup. This is a really nice scent. It's eggnog, sugar cookie, espresso, and sweet cream. I really did enjoy this. I think I enjoyed it more last year. It's so weird how your nose like year to year changes, because I melted this last year and I feel like I really loved it last year and just kind of enjoyed it this year. So I don't know why that happens. I think it's still a really nice scent, and most likely if I see it again, I'll pick it up. But it's just like if you like eggnog, like sweet eggnog scents, and you enjoy like coffee espresso type scents, it's those two things put together. So you really can't go wrong. It's a really beautiful scent. Talking about a scent that I'm obsessed with. This is an all-time favorite, will always be a favorite. Year to year, this one stays the same. My love for this has never changed. This is Tinseltown from Zape. It's sweet caramel cider and fir tree lined streets. That sweet, delicious fir tree oil that I just talked about, with the addition of like a caramel apple cider note. It is heaven on earth. This is an amazing scent, and without any doubt, I know that that scent will perform in my home. It's always a strong performer. It fills up the space, and it's just an incredible like nostalgic kind of scent for me. It just smells like being out, like drinking caramel cider like by trees. It smells like what Christmas should smell like to me. I love that scent. And then finally I have Waiting for Santa. This is spruce trees, vanilla custard, creamy caramel, and candied fig. This was a really yummy scent. I really like this. This is almost like a body care type Christmas scent. I feel like it's more like wearable, like vanilla with like the trees. So not that fir tree oil, it's a spruce tree, so it's slightly different, but it still gives you that like Christmas tree vibe. Really, really pretty. Also really enjoy that scent. I have two here from Harper James. So the first one I want to talk about is North Pole. This is a favorite among a lot of people. It's spearmint, peppermint, and vanilla. And this was delicious. So I put this in one day where I got sick once again this month, and I was not feeling great. So I put this in, and it was definitely very noticeable. I smelled it, but it was delicious. My sense of smell was still there. When I was sick, I just was a little congested. So I could still smell this one and really enjoyed it. And I honestly wasn't sure how I was gonna feel about it because of the spearmint note, but this was just like a really delicious, sweet, good smelling mint blend. It wasn't like overwhelmingly spearmint. It's almost like you couldn't tell they were separate. Like it was so well blended that it was almost like the smells like it was already like its own fragrance oil on its own. I don't think it is. I think it's a blend. I'm not sure, but it just was so beautifully blended. You couldn't distinctly pull spearmint, and you couldn't distinctly pull peppermint, and you couldn't distinctly pull vanilla, but it was just a perfect blend of all of those things. I really like this. I would definitely repurchase this. So very grateful that I tried that, or happy that I tried that. This one here is Grinchmas, and this is Fraser Fir, Pine, Sugar Cookie, Marshmallow, and Powdered Sugar. And I am weird. I've said this a few times. I'm a little weird when it comes to bakery and tree scents together. I guess a great example would be me not enjoying Christmas trees and cream, but I know I'm one of the only ones in the world that doesn't enjoy that. But sometimes I feel like if you do a tree scent that's very like realistic tree, and you pair it with a bakery scent or a vanilla that's like an edible vanilla, I feel like they don't mesh. But if you have a body care leaning vanilla and you pair it with a body care leaning tree or a realistic tree, I feel like they mesh better. Or if you have like a sweet tree that almost is like an edible, like a fir tree to me is almost like more like an edible, like sweet tree, and you pair that with like a bakery type vanilla or a bakery scent, then I feel it goes better. I do not know why in my head, that's just something that I picked up on. This was a very, very well done scent because that Fraser fir is so sweet, and her pine oil must be sweet. Paired with the other sweet things, this worked. This was really enjoyable for being a tree and bakery scent, which you know I'm picky about, I enjoyed this. This is a scent that I would definitely repurchase, and it was a good performer. Both of these were very strong, like a good amount of time like lasting in my home. So I enjoyed these, and I still have a lot more of my Harper James to melt through for like this next, hopefully I can get through the rest of it in like the next week and a half. But I'm really looking forward to it because these did perform very well in my home. So that was great. Really happy about those. I have 5 bags here from Brita's Creepy Treasures. All of these were cut into 4 pieces and spread throughout my living room warmer. So that is where I warmed all of these. And I have a mix of hot plate warmers and ball warmers in this space. The first one is Kim's Special Eggnog. This is eggnog and roasted pine cones. This was really delicious. I really enjoyed it. It was a very strong performer. It was like that roasty, like eggnog type, roasted like eggnog type thing. And that sweet like pine cone. It was just a roasted, I switched those. It was a roasted pine cone with that sweet eggnog. And I feel like they just went very, very well together. So I definitely really enjoyed this. I saw she had a pre-order with a ton of things, and that was offered, and I debated doing it, but I was like, you know what? It'll probably come back next year. I'll get some more next year. I don't need to be holding on to wax for a whole year. So hopefully it comes back next year because I did really enjoy that. It was nice. I also have Necessity of Life is Cookies, which is gingerbread, Hansel and Gretel, and Mrs. Claus's cookies. I did not expect to like this one that much on cold. On cold, it's definitely a very spicy gingerbread, but there's like a sweet note, and it was kind of like odd to me. I was like, I don't know if I'll like this one that much. Let me tell you, when I warmed this, I was like, oh man, I really need to get this next year again. So marking this one down for next year, also marking this one down for next year. Necessity of Life is Cookies. That, I'm assuming it's the Mrs. Claus's cookies that I believe has eggnog within it. I felt like I was picking up on like a sweet like eggnog type of scent. And the gingerbread in this was like a really delicious, sweet, not overly spicy gingerbread, but it paired well enough with the other things that it made it like the perfect balance of gingerbread for me. It was like a sweet, creamy gingerbread. This was one of my standout favorites. And I have gingerbread ice cream cake, which I guess I'll talk about quickly, from Teddy Bees, since this is also another gingerbread scent. This is sweet buttercream layered between warm white cake, vanilla ice cream topped with loads of gingerbread crumbs. This one I feel like was, these were very similar in terms of like what the scent notes kind of were about. It was like a sweet gingerbread scent. This one is almost surprisingly too sweet for me. It was nice, but I feel like if I had to pick up one or the other, I think I would get the Brita's Necessity of Life as Cookies over this one. It was still very nice, and maybe I'd grab another souffle of this because I still really enjoyed it. But it was almost too sweet and not enough gingerbread, which I do not know. Interesting, but I still really enjoyed this one. So no complaints there, no complaints about either. But I think if I had to pick or choose a gingerbread this month, I think it would be the Necessity of Life is Cookies. So anyway, back to Brita's, sorry, intermission. I have North Pole Predator, and this is eggnog once again, but paired with pumpkin buttercream and yellow cake. And that pumpkin buttercream note was so unique, and it added like this, there was almost like this scent that was, I felt like almost could have been like a pumpkin lotion or something. I don't know. It was very, very sweet, delicious, like almost like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like almost like a candy, like if there was like a pumpkin flavored candy, like vanilla, like a white chocolate pumpkin pie, just truffle. Stay with me. I don't know. That's kind of the vibe that I got from this. Like almost like a creamy, like white chocolate pumpkin pie truffle. That's the vibe that I got from that. It was yummy. That is North Pole Predator. I would get that again for sure. All of these, every single one of these Brita's ones I enjoyed this year, or this month. I have Santa's Been Poisoned. This is sugar cookie royale, sugar cookie dough, peanut butter cookies, and chocolate chip cookie dough. This smells like a Reese's peanut butter cup. 100% Reese's peanut butter cup. This was delicious. I absolutely love this. I would 100% get this again. All of these Brita's were a win for me. Brita's, I think, was the standout vendor this month for me. It was amazing. If you like Reese's peanut butter cups or Buckeyes, like the chocolate peanut butter balls things, that's what that smelled like. It was amazing. And then this one, it was also a really realistic peanut butter. There are some peanut butters that different vendors carry that are not good. That one was good, just saying. I have Christmas Eve. This is Fraser Fir Danish butter cookies and sugar cookie royale. This one kind of similarly to that Harper James scent that I had. It is a very good, like well blended, like it's a Fraser Fir is a sweet tree with the Danish butter cookies and the sugar cookie. This worked. This was also another standout Christmas tree and bakery type blend. So really, really happy with that. Let me go back to Teddy Bees. So 2 more from Teddy Bees. Sorry, that's my cat's food going off. 2 more from Teddy Bees. I have milk cookies and eggnog. This one I had split performance with. So I split this between 4 pieces in my in my open concept like living room area. Did not do well. I think it got lost in this space. I think it was too big of a space to fill. But then I put this scent same in my you guys, I've talked about this before. As far as Teddy Bees goes, I have found that when I do seem to struggle with performance in my open concept, especially when it comes to like a bakery Teddy Bee scent, Rain and Woods I never struggle with, or like non-bakery scents I don't struggle with in my open concept for Teddy Bees. But if it's a bakery scent, I have found my Yankee Candle centerpiece warmer, I load it up with a ton of wax. I know people say less is more. This is not what I have found. I have found what works for me, and it works for me, and so I do it. I load it up with a ton. I mean, I fill that cup. I put 3, I split like a third, like a lot of this, and I put the whole thing in my Yankee Candle centerpiece low wattage warmer. And then I put a little sliver in like a bulb warmer in there as well. And I let it go in there, and this did phenomenal. Like I can't even explain to you how opposite of performances I had when I did that. This next time, I want to get more of this because I really enjoyed it that much. Even though it will only be a bedroom scent for me, it was so good in the bedroom that it was 100% worth it to get more of this for me. Milk cookies and eggnog, this was delicious. Well, next time moving forward, it's a bedroom warmer in my low wattage warmer, but it was phenomenal. I don't even know if I said the notes. It's creamy vanilla, powdered sugar, sweet milk, butter cookie dough, and buttered rum eggnog. It was amazing in there. Definitely would do that again. This one I also did in there as well, and I did in my open concept. It did fine in my open concept, did better in my bedroom. It's Morning Cup of Christmas, vanilla chai, cranberry chutney, apple marmalade, and hint of fresh pine. Personally, I didn't get any chai from this. I didn't get any spices. To me, this was a very juicy, fruity, almost like a juicy juice fruit juice scent with a pine. I got the pine. It wasn't a hint. It was more of like a juicy apple and cranberry scent with a pine in the background. Did not get any chai in this, but it was a fine performer. That one, it didn't tickle the ivories enough for me to want to repurchase it, so that wouldn't be a repurchase. Not like the milk and cookies for eggnog was. That one would be the one that I would be most likely to repurchase from Teddy Bees this month. And then maybe the gingerbread ice cream cake possibly. So that is that. And then before I finish up with my Rose Girls, which I have a lot, I will do my 1 Salt Mountain Melts bag. This is Mrs. Claus's Bakery, crushed candy cane and milk and cookies. That milk and cookies, I believe, is the same milk and cookies that is in the Teddy Bees milk and cookies. So it just adds like this delicious creaminess paired with the crushed candy cane, which is a very sweet candy cane scent, which is a Bath & Body Works dupe. This is an amazing, sweet, like peppermint cookie blend. It's really, really lovely. If I see this one come back next year, I will definitely purchase some more of it. I repurchased this from last year. We'll definitely get more of it. It's a really good performer in my home, very strong. Definitely a great one. And then finally, let me finish up with all of my Rose Girls bags. I have Christmas Eve in Cookie Land. This is eggnog, royal sugar cookie, monster cookie, marshmallow smoothie, and donut holes. I won't go on a long rant about that, but you guys know how much I love that scent. I think everybody in the wax community, if they like eggnog, seems to enjoy the scent. It was an awesome performer. I definitely will want to melt my snowflake that I got backups of that this year, because it does do best if you melt it within the year that you have it. But it's an amazing bakery eggnog scent. It's phenomenal. I have another one here that's got eggnog in it. This is Blizzard on the Star Express. Candy cane eggnog, ice cream, marshmallow, caramel cheesecake, and frosted sugar cookies. This one is really pretty. This is definitely another scent that I will probably pick up if I see it come back next year for the Mario collection. I believe this was in the Mario collection. This is a bag from last year for me. It's a really, really sweet, creamy eggnog with like a mint. It's like a peppermint eggnog scent. It's really unique and pretty, and I really enjoyed that one. This one is Waluigi's Winter Carnival. This one is cotton candy, vanilla bean Noel, cupcakes at Tiffany's, and candy canes. I love this scent. It is like sweet, like cotton candy, peppermint, cupcakey goodness. I did repurchase this one from the Mario melter this year. And I think this one definitely has a little bit better shelf life than the Christmas Eve at Cookie Land does, because there's more vanilla, I think, based things in Christmas Eve and Cookie Land. So I might hold on to this for next year, but it's a phenomenal scent. I really love that, and that's also a definite repurchase for me. I have Yoshi the Red-Nosed Dino. This is raspberry sauce, pistachio, and marshmallow fluff. I believe this was from my bag last year. No, this is 2 years old, actually, because I melted it last year, and I was like, it was overwhelmingly strong, like so strong that I think maybe I had to pull it out last year, or I just like couldn't do it. It was too strong. And then this year, I'm actually really grateful. It toned way down, I think, because the shelf life maybe isn't, whatever. But I'm happy that it toned down. It was much more tolerable this year because it wasn't as overwhelming. And I really did actually enjoy it much more this year than I did last year. So that is Yoshi the Red-Nosed Dino. It is a very sweet raspberry pistachio scent. So it says marshmallow fluff. I didn't get much of that, but if you like raspberry, you'd probably love that. And then this one was a standout. This one, I feel like this is rocking around the question block. And this one I melted last year, and I don't think I enjoyed it that much. I thought it was okay. But then this year I really enjoyed it. It's pear, strudel, almond biscotti, toffee butterscotch pretzels, and vanilla bean ice cream. This was so warm, and it was like this house-warming bakery scent that was so unique to anything that I've really smelled lately. It was like a pear bakery, which I don't see a lot of. So for the uniqueness, I really enjoyed this. And it was not, it says strudel, which I know has spice in it, but it was subtly spicy. This was really yummy. I would definitely get this again, and I'd probably hold on to it for a year, because I felt like the year cure time actually benefited that one, versus sometimes when you hold on to Rose Girls Bakery for a year, I feel like you lose a little bit of stuff. I feel like I enjoyed this one more when it had the year time to cure. So anyway, this is the last bag I have. This is on the naughty list from Rose Girls. It's Oak Christmas Tree and Jimmy Choo for Men, and her Oak Christmas Tree is a house blend of multiple different Christmas tree oils, and Jimmy Choo for Men. I'm not sure if there's bergamot in it, but to me, I feel like there's got to be something, because this is a very fresh, bright kind of cologne-based scent. Paired with a Christmas tree, this is an awesome blend. I loved this, and I would 100% repurchase the scent next year. I know there was on the naughty list, or on the really naughty list, which I think was this with something else, maybe peppermint. I'm not entirely sure, but peppermint would be good with this, honestly. But this was an amazing scent. Definitely would repurchase that. Amazing month of melting so far, or no, amazing month of melting. We're done with December. Crazy. Like I said, I'm not going to share another melting basket until I completely finish up everything for my Christmas melts. So that means hopefully I should be able to finish up everything in the next week, maybe week and a half, if I'm feeling a little like slow. So fingers crossed I can do another empties video with all of the rest of my Christmas wax in the next week and a half. So, and then I'll share a really fun melting basket video with you guys. So Hope you're all doing good, and thank you so much for watching. Sorry that was probably a very long video and probably pretty speedy, but I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch. Have a great day. Bye, guys.